In today's video, I voluntarily scam myself for your entertainment by purchasing an entire railfanning equipment setup off the shady Chinese market we all know and love, Temu. For the next 7 days, I'll be railfanning as usual, only with items found only on Temu. This is going to be one of those weeks that I sincerely hope nothing even remotely good runs. So we have here the Temu version of everything I use trackside in the cart, minus a scanner actually, I didn't think of that. A microphone, a drone, a tripod, and a camera, for a grand total of $83.24. I smell lies. I feel so bad about this, bro. What am I doing with my money? Alright, so December 4th. Rest in peace, my credit card information. So, we have here what I'm expecting to be probably the worst camera that I'm ever gonna film with. At this point, all I had was the camcorder, but I also managed to find a cheap tripod I bought off Amazon a couple years ago that would work perfectly in place of the even worse one I would later receive. I kinda hoped for it all to come together, but you know, it was stuff from Temu, plus it was being shipped through USPS. With those two things considered, I'm surprised it actually all showed up. Our first train, to my disappointment, was one of Union Pacific's few SD70 AHT4 locomotives. If my memory serves me correctly, it's been over 6 months since one of these was found leading in daylight on the Hinckley sub. Oh wait a minute, that's literally every locomotive on the Hinckley subdivision. Now, I could have just done the easy thing and walked to my local rail crossing for every train that passed during this challenge. I would have saved a little bit of gas doing that, but I think it's best that I ensure the highest level of self-torture by going to what would have been cool spots had I been using my regular equipment. I just can't believe that a leader as beautiful as the SD70 AHT4 is coming, and the camera I'm using is so cheap that it can't even screw all the way down onto a tripod plate. Why can't I get this stupid... Oh, train time. Yep, so we're off to a horrible start so far. Hopefully this is like the only good train the whole challenge. Okay, so I've entered the house, and I'm now looking at the footage off the Temu camera. Honestly, like, as the rolling stock passes, it's kind of difficult to tell that this is a $20 camera. I mean, it doesn't look good, but since it's like snowy and a cloudy day, I think that kind of helps. You can obviously tell it's very low quality once you get into full screen. But if you were just on a tiny full screen, it'd honestly be kind of hard to tell this was a $20 camera. Now, I'm not saying this is good. It is absolutely terrible, but it's actually not as bad as I was expecting it to be. I'll give it that. The rest of the stuff just popped up in the mailbox. We've got not one, not two, 3 packages. Oh no. This is gonna shake like crazy when the train goes by. The drone. This is so gonna blow away. Wait a minute, I'm not even gonna be able to use this. It's got like this end. It doesn't have a 3.5mm. Dang it. And just like that, the Temu bag, that's the only thing that comes with me from now on. Yep, so just a quick update after probably half an hour of messing around with this stupid thing. I cannot get the app to connect, and this clearly has no camera. So unfortunately, we've been scammed. I mean, that was kind of the point of this video, but I did want this to work. It wouldn't be until day 4 that we actually had another train coming during daylight hours. In this 3-day period, there were probably 20 trains or so, but every single one of them ran either at night or at times I was unable to make it trackside. On the snowy morning of December 4th, I made a very cold and frankly somewhat brutal walk to the local rail crossing in what was reported to be 30-mile-an-hour gusts of wind for a BNSF coal train. Much like the SD70 AHT4 leader we caught in the beginning of the video, it had actually been a little while since I seen one of these. Of course, one shows up now that I'm using Temu equipment. So here I am, out in the blistering cold, making videos with a Temu camera and a tripod that is going to break in 5 minutes. Life is horrible. So once again, I'm in the house reviewing my Temu footage, and once again, I'm not impressed. I'm really waiting for it to actually be sunny so we can get like what would have been a decent video. But anyway, I decided to do a pan at the end to see just how bad the tripod would perform. And like there was a little bit of shake on the initial grab of the tripod, but other than that, it's not good, but it's not as bad as I wanted it to be. I was actually really surprised. And embarrassingly, the same sort of no train deal happened for the remainder of the challenge until the final day, when I was in absolute shock to hear that a BNSF SD75M leader was leading the Superior to Northtown for the first time in over a year. If you don't already know, I'm obsessed with these BNSF SD75Ms, and I honestly never expected one to lead again after the local ones all got relocated. But here I was, heading north to witness something I've pretty much been down on my knees praying to happen for the last 365 days. With a $20 camera. And time for the pathetic gear again. For the first SD75 in over a year. This is so dumb. Why am I even doing that? If there were ever Railfanning sins, this would definitely be the worst one. In terms of action, this week was definitely well below average, but somehow every train I caught managed to be above average in just about every way. So my takeaways from this crappy challenge: if you want good things to run, use Temu equipment.